Hello, my name is Callista and welcome to Her Story. Now, I really don't have all that much information on this game. I know that we play as someone looking through a police database trying to find information on a missing person. And that's it. I don't even know who we're playing as. But I am a complete true crime fanatic, and that little bit of information was enough to pique my interest. I'm very intrigued to see just what kind of story this is and who this her is in particular. Now, you will notice this does say continue rather than start or play, and I did load into the game literally for just a second. I just wanted to see if it was running okay. So literally all I have seen is this. This is it. As soon as this popped up, I exited out. Let me start my timer. So let's see, what do we have here? We're logged in as a guest. I was going to say authentic, but that's probably authorized. Enter query to access archived footage. This is the logic database. What does that say? East... Constabulary. Surely that should... Eastmouth? Can we... Oh, we can move this. Oh, Southeast Constabulary. Okay, that makes sense. I'm also pretty sure that this is this takes place in England, which should be handy for me with, dates and things. A search term murder. Read me, can we? Oh, okay. Introduction to the logic database. Computer technology is the backbone of modern police work. The logic database is one of the many continuing efforts to digitize our workflow and preserve evidence in a manner which will allow you to work more efficiently. In the coming years, the computer will continue to be most valuable... Someone forgot a word there. Will continue to be the most valuable item in your crime-fighting toolkit. This database contains footage transferred from the existing homicide and serious crime tape archive at Portsmouth. Okay. It has been automatically sorted using our ASR technology. Each statement made by the interview participants is stored separately so they can be tagged for submission to court. Okay. The audio has been digitally stenographed, and the content of the testimony is attached to each clip. To retrieve a clip, type in a word, e.g. robbery, into the search field. Click search and the database will return all clips in which the speaker uses that word. Okay. To narrow a search, use multiple words. Example, robbery supermarket. If you are working from a printed transcript, you can be even more precise. Use inverted commas to search for an exact match against the entire statement, e.g., yes, I was there. To store a clip for later reference, click Add to Session. Also, if you wish to add additional tags of your own to help future searches, please click in the User Tags box and type in your desired tags. For any further assistance, please contact your department's Information Technology representative, Police Information Technology Organization. Okay, and we have a really readme. Hey, here's the database. I filed a Freedom of Information form to get you guest access. Everything seems to work. They transferred the videos off the original tapes in 1999, and then the Y2K thing hit, and they got mothballed. No one has touched them since. I couldn't find the server with the detectives footage on. Probably those tapes got damaged when the old archives were flooded in 97, but figured this would be enough. Take your time, SB, so we're not a police officer. Whoever we are someone from outside of the police force. And presumably one of our mates is a policeman. Okay, so I noticed they give us murder straight off the bat, I thought this was a missing persons case. Anything in the rubbish? Oh, I don't trust that. And over here, a DB checker. I have no idea what that is, but it can live. Can I move you? I would like to move you. Oh, well, that's annoying. Okay. Well, let's search for murder then. Okay, 4 entries found. Oh, do you want to play? Oh, play. Oh, no.
You think it's murder? I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help?
Okay, so we have a lady. We have some random lady. You think it's murder. Clearly it's murder. What can I do to help? So she's trying to cooperate with the police. Whoever she is, she's being cooperative. I'm going to need to pay attention to these. Oh, hang on a minute. Luckily, I always have notepaper by me so I can take notes. Aha! Okay. What can I do to help? Yeah, So they've told her that whoever this person is, they've been murdered. She's being cooperative. Okay.
Yeah, that's me. But February, and that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
Simon. Okay. Simon. I think I might also search for February. I can't spell February, so I'm gonna look at this one again.
Yeah, that's me. But February, and that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
Okay. So, first off the bat, she's wearing a police t-shirt. That's the same logo as back here. So that's a bit weird. I'm guessing maybe this woman is a police officer? Maybe? That's a bit dodgy if they're kind of interviewing one of their own. If this is a Portsmouth police and she is a Portsmouth police officer, then they should be getting someone from a different constabulary to interview her. That's a conflict of interest. Oh dear. But yeah, from what I get from this one, so they're presenting her with evidence. She's confirming that's me, but that was months before this Simon person died. Why are you bringing this up? Okay. And
I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person.
So they're accusing her of murdering him. Also, okay, so this takes place in 94. This is the 3rd of the 7th. July? March, May, June, July, yeah. So this is the 3rd of July. And they've brought her in. We're in a different interview room from these two. So this is like the serious interview room. They're accusing her of murder. She's saying, nope, you've got the wrong person. I want to see when these are. 27th of the 6th, so that's 27th of June. 1st of July, and then by... Oh, only 2 days later. Only 2 days later they're bringing her in to be like, we think you did it.
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other, just that. Stories.
And here she is lawyering up. Smart, I think. Out of that, the words I'm interested in are a weapon and stories. Because I think that's, one, murder weapon. That seems pretty obvious. But it's that thing she said, you know, the stories we've been telling each other are just that, stories. That I find interesting. Okay. I think what I also want to do is, because I think if I just kind of, you know, take every single clip I find and store all of them, that'll get confusing. So what I want to do is I want to take each clip where she's in different clothes, just so then I can keep track of the timeline of when everything is happening. Okay. You know what? I want to see what happens if you don't type anything. Ooh. Oh god, 271 entries found. Access limited to the first 5 entries. Okay. Okie doke.
A black coffee, thanks. No sugar. I'm sweet enough as it is.
This is 18th of June. So this is the first one that I've seen so far. And, well, I mean, clearly this is the first thing they've got her on, because they're asking if she wants a drink. She wants a coffee. Here's the thing. What's throwing me off, I think at this stage she must not be a suspect, because I don't necessarily think they'd offer a murder suspect a hot coffee. Yeah, I'll add this to the session. Oh, okay, so they don't... Can I drag these? Oh, that's a bit of a bugger. Okay, yeah, I want to keep these in chronological order. So either she's come in or they've invited her in, they've offered her a coffee. Black coffee, no sugar.
My name is Hannah. Hannah. It's palindrome. It reads the same backwards as forwards. It doesn't work from Lyric though, it's not quite symmetrical, but well, I mean, you get the idea. Sorry. Hannah Smith, I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
Okay, Hannah and Gladstone. Okay, so they've asked her for her name, which if they'd invited her to come to the police station, they'd already have her name, so she's there of her own volition. She's giving her name and address. She's nervous because she's, like, oh, it's a palindrome, which is it, like I said, to be fair, hang on a minute, if she's a police officer, then they'd have this information. That's confusing. Because this is 100% a police top bit, like it has the badge thingy, come on, move. It has this. It's got this crest on it. It's a police officer's t-shirt. I'm going to ignore this. So scratch the idea that she was a police officer. She's clearly not a police officer. Because they would have all this information if she was, and 2, she's nervous speaking to the police. She's got a coffee.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does the more special work. Mirror making, feature windows, artistic things. Really beautiful things.
Simon Smith, she's Hannah Smith, so husband and wife. Oh, she's reporting him missing! So it is about a missing person, but he's dead. Oh, sad times. Sad times for you, love.
A mobile phone? Yeah. Well, they have one for the Glaziers, but it's only for work. I can't remember the number. Oh, it's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its charging cradle.
They're asking her the usual questions. I would assume the next one would be, did he have his credit card on him? Because if you're reporting someone missing, any way of contacting them, Any way of tracing them? Credit cards.
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair. And border photo instead of spring photo. This was taken last year on holiday in Rome. It's the best one I have.
Okay, yeah, they're reporting him missing. Absolutely, definitely. I think I want to try credit card. Credit card. Oh, I don't really need to caps lock, do I? It's just habit. Nothing for credit card. Credit card. Aha!
He has a wallet, a huge silly thing, leather, real leather, I think. He packs it full of stuff, business cards, receipts, lottery tickets. He always carries it in his back pocket. I think that's why he's got a bad back. He sets the discs. I haven't seen it, so he must have it on him. He always takes it out of his back pocket before, when he comes in, if he's in the house.
Okay. So he's got his wallet on him.
Did I pass? Sorry, I messed it up with all that Rapunzel stuff. Do you need me to do that card again?
Okay. Rapunzel's going on the list. Rapunzel. Hope I'm spelling that correctly. Okay, this one's a bit weird. 27th of the 6th. Is this the 27th of the 6th? Okay. So second time she's come in. This is just under 10 days after she first reports him missing. She comes in again and they give her some cards to look at. Okay, from the top of the list, Simon.
It's the Rockington Arms, the Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with, and the barmaid they're having sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks.
Okay, so they're going through his routine, places he normally goes, people he talks to. Okay. Makes sense.
Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games. You know, climb the tower, save the princess, that kind of thing.
That's interesting. So far we've got a repetition of like Rapunzel, princess, you know, things that you find in like fairy tales, excuse me.
Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident. So what do we do next?
Okay. So they've asked her, you know, does he have his wallet on him? Does he have a mobile phone? Anything on his computer? So presumably they're gonna, I think that the police are probably going into, like, he might have just run off. He's a grown man. He could have run off. And she's saying, no, absolutely not. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't leave me. He's a very settled type of bloke. Something must have happened to him. Got it. Next, February. R-U-R-E. There we go. No, that is a G. F. Okay. Again, she's in this t-shirt.
Well, I don't know. I probably had to pop out and get something. That's why I was speeding. And that wouldn't have been noted on my timesheet. But I really can't remember back to February.
Okay. Okay, so she must have been, maybe not arrested, but, you know, like, she was speeding in her car. That's a bit weird. Because she's reporting him missing in June. So why are they going all the way back to February? That's a bit weird. Okay, we've done February. Weapon. Okay, only one with weapon. Stories. Have I spelled that correctly? I think I have. Oh! 8 on stories.
Okay. Sounds weird. I'm not great at making up stories.
Oh, this is the one where they're showing her the... Oh! Is this... Are they doing some kind of psychological test? Where they basically, I think it's that they show her a card and she has to say what's going on with the card. Again, don't really know why they'd be doing that, but go off. Also, I note that I'm not very good at making up stories. Because that's otherwise I'm not very good at lying. You only say that if you are lying, in my opinion. That's a bit dodgy.
Yes. I read a lot as a child and watched lots of TV. Then the doll's house we had, we still have in the attic. It's kind of a fairy castle. We used to play up there and make up our own stories.
What was it? Dollhouse, attic. I'm also going to type in fairy, I think, at some point. Okay, so I've done weapon and stories. I can cross those off. Hannah. Oh, no, wait, I'm not finished.
Fairy tales. Stories about lost princesses, evil witches, magical mirrors and lost children. So you see, even before I knew the truth, I'd found it in those stories.
Okay. I think I'm going to need a bit of context with this one. Because this seems like a really weird thing to be talking about in a police interview where they're accusing you of murder. Okay, I think I'm also going to add truth to my list. Because that was an odd line. I already knew the truth because I'd found it in those stories. I think is what she said.
No, it was just me and her. Eve was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember, that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
I think I want to watch that one again, actually. Just something...
No, it was just me and her. Eve was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember, that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
Because that implies that her name is Eve. Yet she was telling the police earlier, my name is Hannah. I don't know what to make of that.
I'm not sure where the dollhouse came from. I don't know if it was given to them or they inherited it. I mean, they wouldn't have had the money to buy it. It was so huge. It must have been taken up to the attic in parts and then reassembled up there. It's a beautiful thing. Wallpaper to scale, little furniture, the lights work, mirrors, beds, big duvets and pillows. We spent hours and hours playing it, invented all these characters and families who lived there. We wrote paperwork for them all, passports, diaries, and gave them all really elaborate stories. Once, a moth got trapped in there. We'd left a light on. It was making the most horrendous noise. We tried to kill it, but it was tough. We ended up crushing it under a copy of the Arabian Nights.
Okay. So... over here, in one of these entries, I think, she mentions, I had a dollhouse. And over here, she's saying they had a dollhouse. But they're both, in both instances, she says, we played up there. There are a few things running through my mind. This could be a case of split personalities, where it's one person, but so the two names I've got, Hannah and Eve, they're both palindromes. Is that what they call palindromes? Yeah, palindromes. Drones. Whatever. You know what I mean. They're the same backwards as they are forwards. So they could be split personalities. They could be twins. I don't know. Okay, next word. Hannah. Okay. This is a new one.
What are you doing talking about Eve?
Okay, so the detective was out of the room. She didn't realise the camera was still on. And this is weird. This hand thing is weird. Okay, so I'm gonna write down maybe Morse code? Morse code. There we go. Maybe if this is a case of split personalities, maybe this is how they talk to each other. So Hannah's in control, she's in the light, whatever you want to call it, and the knocking is Eve responding. Maybe. We need to add that to the session. So this is the 30th of June. Yeah, so this one comes after this. Okay. And in this one they've hooked her up to a lie detector.
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
Oh. So when you do a lie detector, I'm pretty sure that they tell you just yes or no answers. So here is my wonder. Was that a genuine mistake? She just forgot to say yes? Or was that her trying to fuck up the lie detector results so it'd come back as a non-answer? Ooh.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
Okay. Whoa, did something just happen? I was looking down at my notes. I thought I saw the screen flash for a minute. Oh, if it did, I missed it. Shit. So lie detector, I want to add that in. And diary. Okay, so part of me is like, I want to take what's being said at face value. Because if it is, then clearly we've got a case of identical twins. And that would explain the thing about, as she was saying in the other one about stories, I knew the truth even before anyone told me because I'd found it in those stories. Witches and lost children. Her being taken by the midwife.
She recognized me from the window. She told me to come inside, and she hid me. They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. There was a dollhouse. She hid me up there. No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place.
Whoa! Okay, hello! I saw that. Oh, okay. It's a random lady, I think. That reflection seemed feminine to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into it too much. Okay, so we've got. I'm going off. One of them is Hannah. One of them is Eve. They're twins. For some reason, the midwife lies and says that one of your babies is dead, and she takes it, but the baby isn't. Eve isn't. Florence, the midwife, wanted to have a baby and wanted to call it Eve because, as she said, Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls. So Florence raises Eve, and then at some point, Eve ends up going to Hannah, and Hannah hides Eve in the attic. Okay, that's a bit dodgy, because how would you not realise there are multiple children in your own home? Unless it turns out that Hannah's parent, well, both of their parents technically, were just out of the house a lot. That, again, could this be split personality? And this is just the backstory that Eve has made up for herself. Or maybe the split personality didn't develop until they were children, and so their way of justifying it was, well, I was living over there. I was living with the midwife, but now I'm here, now I've come to you. Oh, this is... So I am out of time for this episode. Hopefully we'll get some more answers in the next, but until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.